No, don't bite my ears. Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. So if you watched the last video, I went and visited Big Brutus outside of West Mineral, Kansas, and I'm still down here in Kansas, and I had planned to go see a railroad museum today, but it turns out it's not open till Wednesday. Today is a Tuesday, but I've been looking around on maps on my phone, and I found the Little House on the Prairie Museum, which is supposed to have like a replica of the house that Laura Ingalls Wilder, the author of Little House on the Prairie, grew up in, and there's a couple other things, and Google says that there's mini donkeys there. So I was like, that sounds like a good spot. I don't know if there's actually anything like that, but we're gonna check this out. I guess it's an official home site of where she actually lived once. I don't know, we'll figure it out when we get there. I think it's about 45 minutes away, 49 minutes. I am currently sitting at a gas station in Parsons, Kansas. I'm just north of the Oklahoma border, but we gotta head south a little ways and we'll go check that out. And then I've got a spot picked out for tonight and a decent steak to cook up. So we'll get into it. Let's go check this place out. Could have got meats there. Timber Creek Meats.
Take the next right toward US 59 North, then turn right onto US 59 North.
And there is a possibility of rain tonight, so we'll see if that happens.
Turn right onto US 59 North.
I wouldn't mind if we had a rainy evening, but I kind of want to cook outside, so
1,000 feet. Turn left onto the US 400 West ramp to Fredonia.
we'll see how that turns out. On this like paved road, but it's like one lane basically. It's kind of crazy. I really feel like I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And it does look a little rainy over there. We'll see. We're only about 5 minutes away. We've made it. Look at our donkeys. There's a mini donkey. There's a bunch of kids here. This is way busier than I expected it to be. Well, I don't know if these kids are out here on a field trip or what's going on, but I guess it's time to go be the weirdo with the camera. Talking to myself. Let's do this. So I guess from 1869 to 1871, they may have lived in this location. Entrance is over here. Oh, so there's a museum store. So you'd have to pay to get in here. So we'll go check that out. Yeah, there's little mini donkeys. All right, I paid my admission. So this house here is a farmhouse. And I'm sure it'll say on the signs here, but the lady was able to tell me that the census record shows that they lived here at one point. And yeah, childhood home of Laura Ingalls Wilder and birthplace of Carrie Ingalls. The Ingalls family arrived here in 1869 on Osage Diminished Reserve, believing that the land would soon be available for legal purchase. They had previously lived near present-day Rothville in Yellow Creek Township, Chariton County, Missouri. And after over a year in Kansas, they returned to their home in Pepin, Wisconsin. So when they were here, they were illegally squatting on native land. And in 1972, they identified this site by researchers Margaret Gray Clement and Eileen Miles Charboe as the setting of Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. In her book, Charles and Caroline Ingalls, with daughters Mary, Laura, and baby Carrie, live in Indian Territory for a year, leaving after hearing that soldiers were being sent to drive the white settlers off the land. But this cabin over here is supposed to be a replica of what they talk about in the book. And then you can see this. So yeah, I'm down here. And they came from up here, but they did go into Nebraska. Stanton, I've got family there. Lincoln, Beatrice. It says Charles built the log cabin similar to our replica standing today. He built a barn and dug a well. And the well is back here. And they carbon dated that, I guess. They had a garden and game and birds were plentiful. It was the perfect location. Wow, this is small. But this is as it was described in the book. There's old cast iron in the fireplace. Well, it's not old, that's lodge pan. I bet some of this is old. No name on it. I don't want to disturb too much stuff in here. Cast iron pot. Just a single bed in here. And a couple little windows. Ooh. I'm taller than this thing. I just smacked my dome on it. Wonder if that was like the kid's bed in the corner. Or if they had a pet. Probably the kid's bed. Oof. Hit my head on the door. Alright. So this sign says this log cabin resembles the one described as the Ingalls home in Little House on the Prairie. The Osage signed the treaty selling the land to the government on September 10th, 1870. The family home was listed as the 89th residence of Rutland Township in the 1870 U.S. Census, and the family lived here for about 1 year. In her book, Laura told of building the cabin, of encounters with Indians, of going to Independence for supplies, and of Dr. Tan's treating the family members for fever and ague. Dr. Tan's grave is in Mount Hope Cemetery in Independence. Got an old wagon, and then there's some replica buildings. We've got a post office replica building. Or maybe this was moved here, but it's probably a replica. The historic Wayside, Kansas post office was moved to this site in 1978 after it was officially closed by the U.S. Postmaster in 1977. So this is an original building. The original location was less than a mile from here in the town of Wayside. The postal history of Wayside dates back to 1887 when the growing town was established due to the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad. The first mail service was delivered to the post office by horseback or wagon from Independence. And the original names of the Wayside citizens are still visible on the post office boxes. That's cool. These same family names now reside at Harrisonville Cemetery, located a half-mile east of the museum. Ah, that's cool. That's really cool. Like the old counter, and yeah, old P.O. boxes. That's wild. Wonder if they know the combinations. And then somebody was big baller and had a big P.O. box. And yeah, the names are on here. Sarah, Sally Cox, Watson, Cliff. That's cool. And then there's some names on these barely visible. This must be where they just put their mail for people to come pick up. I guess I don't know if it was delivered at that time or if you had to come to the post office to pick it up, but it looks like the postmaster, whoever it was, may have lived inside of here or stayed in here. You got this old wood stove. That's cool. The things you'll find just looking around on maps. Like, I had no idea this was here. But when the railroad museum was closed, it's like, I gotta find something else to do. And then there's an old church building, it looks like. We'll have to see. They said there's a well back there. And then the rest of that house where I paid, there's a gift shop in there, so I'll have to see if they have a sticker. I don't know if they will. Sunnyside School. I thought it was a church. So the Sunnyside School was dedicated in 1872 as a one-room schoolhouse with one-room schoolhouse with capacity for 36 students. Some years as many as 50 crowded in, sharing desks. 18-year-old Lillian Jones, great-grandmother to the owners, arrived in 1901 and rode a horse through pastures and prairie to teach all 8 grades. Her students ranged from 5 to 17 years of age. She made $25 a month for a 4-month term. This school is similar to the one that Laura, Mary, and Carrie would have attended had they stayed in Kansas. Bill and Wilma Curtis, the founders of the museum, moved the school to this location in 1976 as a memorial to Lillian Jones Horton and all teachers in Kansas. It will always be Grandma's school to the Hortons' 4th generation. So this is also an original building. That's wild. I think there's some people in here. Little kitchen area. It's a cool stove. Y'all, it's hard to imagine what it would have been like for everybody to be in here, you know, and the teacher was teaching all the grades at one time. I imagine that stove may have been like in the center of the room, probably right there is what they used to do, and they'd have it piped out. It may have gone out the front. All right, and then there's a well back here, which I guess is an original well to the property. There's bathrooms out here if you need them. Yeah, this is a cool spot. Stoked that I found this. I'm gonna have to send pictures to the wife because I know she's read the book. I can't say that I have. Oh, they closed it off though. That's a bummer, but they probably didn't want people falling in there. But yeah, they closed off the top of the well. Boo. Hand-dug well. The water was clear and cold and good, Laura thought. She had never tasted anything so good as those long, cold drinks of water. Pa built a solid platform over the well and a heavy cover for the hole that let the water bucket through. That's from Little House on the Prairie, chapter 12. It says, Pa must have dug this well in 1869. It is 20 feet deep and rimmed with rock. It provides researchers with an anchor to determine the location of the original cabin. It's covered for safety. Yeah, it's a bummer that they had to put a cover on it, but especially when you got here, you saw all those little kids running around. And then, yeah, there's little mini donkeys over here. There's a donkey over there. What's up, little dude? How you doing? You come over here and bite my hand off? There's a donkey over there. You see him right there? Eyeballing me. Where's your homie Shrek at? I think the rest of them are back here. I know there was more. Oh yeah, there's one over there too. Not too interested in me. What's up, buddy? Hee-haw? Got an itch? Will you come over here and say hello? Or you get tired of the kids? Oh, there's another one laying back there in the grass. I can barely see him. Hey. Hey, what's up? Oh, he's coming right for me. Are you friendly or are you gonna bite me? Can I pet your schnoz? Or no? Well, you're so soft. Does that feel good? I don't know if I've ever pet a donkey before. What's your name, buddy? You're all dusty from rolling around in the dirt. That's cool. Thanks for coming and saying hi. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. A little stinky. Oh, that's awesome. I gotta get a picture of this guy. Oh, I got my phone light on. Hey bud, where are you? Oh, there's a mini one right there. Do you want some attention too? Are you friendly? Can I pet your head? Well, mini donkey? That might be a horse. I don't know. I can't tell. Oop. They've got to be fairly friendly with all the kids out here. It's awesome. And yeah, it's just a little guy. How you doing, buddy? What's your name? Don't bite my face off. That would be terribly rude. Oh, thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. Well, that was an experience. Oof, I'm gonna fall over. Oh. Don't chew on my ear. Do you guys see that? He's like sniffing my ears. No, don't bite my ears. That would be terrible. Just, well, I went to Kansas and got my ear ripped off by a miniature donkey. Well, today's an experience I didn't expect. That's for sure.
What did you think?
That was cool.
Good, good.
Enjoyed it.
Did you have any questions?
I don't think so.
That means the signs work.
The signs are pretty explanatory.
Good, good, good. Well, welcome to the gift store. Take a look around.
Alrighty.
Find a few things.
Yeah. Are these the only stickers that you guys have?
Those, and I think we have a few in there that are different. Is this a perfect saying for today?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to storm this afternoon.
I think so too.
All right, well, I grabbed a few stickers and I bought the book because I guess I have to read the book at this point. But I'm gonna hop back into the truck and we'll get headed. I think we got to go back north and go find ourselves a campsite for the night. Stay tuned, y'all. Sitting a little bit nose down, so I'm gonna grab my leveling blocks. All right, well, found a nice spot. As you can see, we're on a big lake. This is Fall River State Park, and over there you might just barely be able to see it. There's a bunch of RVs and stuff. There's a really nice campground on that side with electricity and all that, and like designated areas. And then there's this space over here, and I believe there's actually camping right over there too. But these spots are not designated, but you have these concrete tables, crusty old fire pit somebody made. I'm going to use that thing because there's like one fire pit here and that thing's looking pretty rough. But you can see they've been doing some cleanup work. They've got these piles of trees that they've been pushed down, and as I drove through here, there was a guy over there with a skid loader, and I stopped and asked him, I was like, can I even camp over here? And he's like, oh yeah, camp wherever you want. So here we are. Only 10 bucks for this spot, not terrible for a state park. So yeah, let's get the truck set up. Oh, my light fell out. Looks like the tab is broken. Not that my license plate is there anyways. Put it in here. Yeah. All right, so this was sent in on the last live stream, and it's Worcestershire Fireshire W sauce. So a lot of times I will use Worcestershire sauce as my steak marinade or whatever. Usually put it on a plate and just dump it all over there and let it sit for an hour, but can't really do that here because of the bugs and whatnot. So I've got plastic bags, so I'm gonna put the steak in there and dump a bunch in and then just set it in the cooler and let it do its thing for a while. We'll get this fire going. I'll have to use the grill grate off of that portable fire pit probably on there. That should work fine. I suppose I could try to cook it on a hot rock, but I don't want to screw up my steak. Meat's not cheap, you know what I mean? See what I got. This is what I picked up. New York strip. Didn't have much of a selection at Wallow Mart where I stopped at, so that's what we've got. Just grab one of these bags, shove her on in there. Unless you've got a better way to do it, but you can't tell me because you'll be seeing past Mike in the future. Is that right? Sounds right. Yeah, this stuff looks really good. Bear & Burton small batch W sauce. So it's got jalapenos and I think habaneros in it. Says in 2020, amid a global shutdown, 2 out-of-work professional fishermen with tons of time started playing with a 100-year-old family recipe for Worcestershire. The original recipe was handwritten and tattered. Ingredients were crossed out and changed for generations. Now the world is back and Bear & Burton's W sauce is on the shelves. It doesn't really say what's in it other than, like, it's got a lot of peppers. Green serrano pepper mash, red habanero pepper mash, I'm going to say it wrong, jolokia pepper mash, anchovy paste, which I think anchovy is like one of the main ingredients in Worcestershire. Not a terrible looking piece of meat. Try not to touch it. or spilled blood all over my tailgate. It smells great. Give it a healthy amount. We'll just let this guy sit in here for a while. All right, steak is marinating. Grab ourselves a liquid death. Yeah, I think this place had maybe recently flooded. It's looking a little bit rough. There was a sign, or like the gate over there for this area has a sign that if they close the gate, it says gate closed due to water over the road. So it's all rocky, real rocky. I like rocks. Bunch of little water bugs. I didn't pack a fishing pole with me on this one. I'm sure some people are going to be bummed about that, but it wasn't a fishing trip kind of trip. And I don't really feel like buying a fishing license for 2 hours. But I went a ways north, so I don't know if we'll end up getting that storm here or not. I'll have to check my phone for the forecast. But it's a cool little shoreline area though. It's all the same over there. Kind of feel like I should have checked out that spot over there, but well, let's head back up there, check the forecast, and probably go ahead and get that fire started. We'll see if we have better luck this time. The crappie catch and cook video, I ended up taking the wood out of there because it didn't burn, so we should be able to get a rager going though. Dang old trash in the fire pit. I just knocked over my teepee. All right, let's see if we can find some spots for those stickers we bought today, and maybe for the one from Big Brutus on the last video. I've got that little round one in here somewhere. So that's from the last video, and then this is what I picked up today. Yes, I'm gonna read this book. Probably not tonight, but we're gonna read it. And I grabbed these. So, Little House on the Prairie Museum. I grabbed a few of them. Yeah, get out there in the storm. But we'll see if we can stick these two on there. Might be hard to get the bigger one on there. I might just peel this one off. It keeps falling off. As much as I like it, and thank you to whoever sent that in. It's seen better days. So I suppose we could stick them right there. Well, this one's starting to get torn too. I think I brush up against it and whatnot, getting everything out of there. But of course now it's sprinkling. We'll get our Little House of the Prairie on there. I suppose I could, is it a movie or a TV show? I could probably watch it too. Try to stuff them in there. Yeah, this one had a good run, but it keeps falling off. I've tried to stick it back on a few times. Well, we'll give this some time to burn down. I think I can set my grill here. Ish. Either way, we'll get it figured out. Suppose I can get that thing out. Probably needs to be like burnt off. Maybe we'll just set it down on here. Let it get nice and hot. I suppose I could try to figure out how to level it out at this point. Yeah, that's not super hot right there. As far as level, I don't know, we'll figure it out. All right, let's grab our plate and probably our knife. I don't know why I put that away. Do I have tongs or anything to flip the steak? I don't think I have tongs with me. I think those were dirty. We'll figure it out. Not a big deal. Got this. And I've got some chips that we're going to eat with this. Get the steak out of there and let it come up to room temp. What else? Got some dip for them chips. And there's our steak. I've flipped it a couple of times, but flip it again. Yeah, that needs to warm up a bit. Poker so we can move the coals, because it's burning pretty quickly. I could probably start cooking, but I'm gonna give that thing at least half hour. Maybe we'll throw a couple more pieces of wood on for now. Some big chunks. Knocked it all over. Alrighty, well, I could smell the sauce through the bag. These were, a couple of bags of these were sent in on the live. What did I have recently? I had a different flavor. I had it was like cheeseburger flavored Doritos, and these are jalapeno cheddar, jalapeno cheddar, and so what better to go with it than jalapeno cheddar dip. I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna start munching, see what these are all about anyways. Cheesy goodness. good. A little bit spicy. Not bad. I don't think I've ever had any Doritos that I haven't liked though. I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper. I got my cook tote. Let's go do that before I just stand here and eat this entire bag. Those are good. Pretty much anything jalapeno flavored, jalapeno flavored, or like yeah, I don't have any tongs in here. They're at home since the fish fry. But we need at least a little bit of salt and pepper on there. I'm not going to put any other seasoning on just because we've got that marinade going. I want to be able to really taste that instead of like, I've got some Slap Your Mama seasoning and stuff like that in there, but that's looking great. A little bit more on there. Some salt and pepper on this side. Hell, I'm gonna say that's probably good. See what it's all about. Should grab some tin foil or something to put over the top of that. Give this like a minute to rest. Gotta let your meat relax. You don't want it to get cold or anything. Just give that a second. Fire going again. Probably take that off of there. We should wipe that off first. I like my steaks pretty rare, medium rare to rare. So paper towel maybe. I've been killing this dip. Excited to see what the steak's about though. Alright, we just gotta try it. I think it looks really good. That is nice and rare. Perfect. Well, it does have a bit of a kick to it. But it's tasty. You can definitely taste the Worcestershire in there. And it is definitely spicy. That's great. What's the line from A Cowboy Way where he's like, just knock the dirt off of it and wipe its ass and throw it on a plate or something like that? When the waiter asks him how he wants his steak cooked, I think that's the movie it's from. And I can hear some cows moving in the distance. So I mean, they're homey. I think it's better just on its own. It was a decent piece of meat for being Walmart, I'll give it that. One of these days I'll have to try it. I think they call it cowboy style, where you just put it directly on the coals, but I'm always worried I'm just gonna ruin the meat at that point. I don't want to lose my meats. I think the steaks are best rare. Otherwise I feel like you just cook more of the flavor out of it and it gets more and more chewy. Most of the time I just end up overdoing them at home. I feel like I got this one perfect for me. And that Worcestershire sauce was great. I like to marinate steaks like this at home, so this is nothing new for me. As soon as I saw the sauce, I knew what I was going to do with it. But if you've never tried it that way, I would highly recommend it. I think I killed that in 5 minutes. Cheers, y'all. Too bad I don't have a fishing pole with me. That hunk of fat with a little bit of meat on there would probably be some good catfish bait. I gotta put these chips away because I'll eat the whole bag. I've almost ate most of it anyways. I could eat another piece of meat like that right now. That was good. I would recommend that for sure. Whether you can find that spicy Worcestershire or, you know, any, I guess you could add some hot sauce to it and mix it up and do it that way too if you want to try a spicy one. But that was great. y'all. Well, I've been lucky. It hasn't rained, although I wouldn't have minded it. There still is a chance to drop my battery pack. There still is a chance later. Take a look at the forecast, see if it's changed at all. Rain possible after 3 a.m. But then like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning it's supposed to thunderstorm, but I don't know if I'll even be here still. Oh, should probably be reading my book. I haven't finished the road yet though, so I don't want to get started on Little House on the Prairie. But I'm actually kind of excited to read that, although I think isn't it a kid's book? I guess I could look that up maybe. Yes, Little House on the Prairie is a children's book, but I'm gonna read it anyways. 6 to 10 years old is the appropriate ages. But I feel like it's gonna be worth the read, just because, you know, seeing the place, I've heard about it so much, and yeah, I think it'll be worth the read no matter what. I mean, I'm sure it's a decent book, and I'm guessing I'll be able to get through it pretty quickly, but all right, what do we got going on here? Got a movie on Amazon called Terry, Terri. And it's the story of a bullied 15-year-old boy in a small town as he struggles to adjust to his difficult life. But I downloaded this because it's got, does it even say the cast in here? No details. John C. Reilly, which I think he's a great actor. I think he's pretty funny. So I figured it'd be a good watch. Give this a shot. If I make it through. Ugh.
I can't clean it because I'm still in here, okay?
Oh, good morning. I guess, hold on. Oh, those are bright. Oh, good morning. Man, that's bright. It's raining out there. It started in the middle of the night sometime. It was heavy for a little while, but now it's more like a heavy mist, but it's still coming down. I think it's supposed to rain here like all day. Dang, those lights are bright. Since I have the windows closed. Oh. Yeah. It was a little stuffy in here, so I couldn't have the windows open. Thankful I have my fan with me. Turn that guy off. Oh, geez. All right, let me pop all these curtains open first. closed all the curtains hoping I'd sleep in a little bit later. But still woke up pretty early. I can't let you guys see my toes. Those screenshots. Oh man. Well, what do we got going on over here? Gotta actually put this guy back on since I'm not under the covers. Last night's movie was decent. I mean, it was a little sappy, you know, it was kind of a drama, but I dug it. I'd watch it again. It's kind of how I judge movies. Would I watch that again or would I completely avoid it? And I'd watch it again, so it was fine. Got ourselves some muffins, cinnamon sugar and an apple, cinnamon sugar and apple. Dang. Buttermilk muffins with cinnamon chips. They sounded really tasty. And I think I brought some new coffee. We got the old French press mug, and we've got some Dunkin'. Bam. Haven't had any Dunkin' in a minute. Dunkin' Midnight Dark Roast. I tell you what. Well, I'm glad I put my wood tote away last night. I burned all the wood. Glad I didn't leave that laying out there. Be all soaking wet. It's coming down a little bit more now. Ooh. Forgot that this thing doesn't hold that much. Tight. Spilled my precious water. Good enough. So yeah, Dunkin' Midnight Dark Roast. Don't know if I've had the dark roast, honestly. We're about to find out. Oh, it smells good. It smells real good, real good. How many scoops? Uno, dos. We'll do two. Two's probably good in there. Tastes like liquid gold. Give one of these schmuffins a try. These look tasty. I can't say I've ever had these from, I found these at Walmart. I can't say I've ever had these from them. That smells great. Muffin top. Yeah, those are good muffins. Not a bad way to start the day. My windows are a little fogged up. I had a rag in here for a while. I don't know what I did with it. Mayfly in here. There we go. It's definitely not as fast as my jet boil, but it also doesn't warm it up right here and make a bunch more steam. So it's convenient. I got that full. Oh, come on. Stop dripping on my bed. Comes back around like the edge and drips right here. Especially any of the moisture that's on it from when you open the window. It's kind of an annoying quirk. It's one of my annoying quirks and features of my camper. Yeah, it's more like misting than anything, but you can definitely feel it. Set my coffee in there so I don't lose it. Yeah, I mean, there's already rain on the camera right there. I gotta get my stupid ramps. really nice park for being like the side that nobody, I guess, wants to camp on because it's kind of rough over there. I personally enjoyed that better than being around a bunch of RVs. But yeah, if you look this park up on maps, there's campgrounds all around it. There's a bunch of different ones, so I probably could have gotten even farther away from those people. I mentioned earlier that I thought there was a campground like on the other side of that little marina area that I was on, and there is. There's also a town like right on the edge of this too. I should probably figure out how I'm getting home. I kind of feel like I can take a right here possibly.
Head southeast on South Rock camping area toward 33rd Street, then slide left onto 33rd Street.
5 hours to 15 minutes. I hate roads like these. I can't
Take
see.
the next left onto 33rd Street.
There's like a big...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto
There's a
C50
vulture.
Road.
Can you see that? There's a vulture right on the side of the road, right? Or is that a turkey? Maybe a turkey. It's behind the bush now. It's right behind that bush. Keeps going behind the bush. Just trying to take some pictures of you, dude. Alright, I better just end this one. See if we can give you guys a taste of the dark roast. It's good. Hell, I think I could have put 3 scoops of coffee in there. I expected it to be a little bit stronger than that. But that's tasty. Alright. Well, I've had a good adventure down here in Kansas. If you guys missed the last video of Big Brutus, definitely go check that one out because that thing was pretty sweet. And then checking out the little house on the Prairie site last night, or yesterday, it was really cool too. Completely random find because the railroad museum that I wanted to visit was closed, and it's open now because it opens on Wednesday. But yeah, you just look around on maps, dude. I just search all over maps. The area, you know, you can hover over the area that you're in, and in the search bar, you don't have to search an address. You can just search historical markers,
right onto Z50
or museums, or whatever, or campgrounds. That's how I find campgrounds all the time. And it'll bring up so much stuff that I guarantee you've never heard of. Like, you could do it in your area right now, and I guarantee you it'll tell you about things that you've never heard of.
Continue on Z50 Road for 1.5 miles.
So it's a great way to find places like that, and I managed to find a cool little spot to visit. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get headed back home, and we'll see about what we get to next. We got to get the bikes or the boat going. So I guess leave your choice down in the comments if you made it this far. And yeah, if you thought the video was cool, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. And as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.